Hello.
Hi. How are you all?
Good.
Good. It's very early. Don't expect much of me. No, I'm good.
So welcome. So Kristian Nairn, Hodor.
Hello.
So I talked to you a little earlier. You said not to ask you about the new season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's all friends here. So I really want to ask you about your DJ career.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're talking about the old seasons, as well. Ask me anything you want.
Let's start.
No boundaries.
I know everybody knows you as Hodor, so let's start with some of the stuff people might not know about you. So
Okay.
you're from Northern Ireland originally,
Yeah, I'm from Belfast.
and you're kind of a short gentleman.
I am short. Short in patience.
So you're what, like 6'10"? Is that?
Yeah, about 6'10".
Okay, so that's got to be a little rough though, like growing up just to deal with life as a taller person, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't feel comfortable in my skin until I was a certain age. I think that's well, for most teenagers it's difficult. And when you can't sort of hide behind everyone notices you all the time, it's difficult when you're growing up, but then, one day something happened and I just owned it. What else can you do?
Mm-hmm. So did that at all contribute to your love of music, or is that completely different?
No, my mum kind of forced me to start playing the piano when I was about three years old. She was like, "You're going to be a prodigy. You're going to bring me money in. You're going to look after me in my old age." But I never really took to the piano. It was too regimented for me. But I'm glad it was a really good foundation for everything else. So if you're going to blackball your kids into playing the piano, it's a really good idea.
So you?
I'm more of a guitar player.
Yeah, I was gonna say you DJ and play guitar, right?
Yeah. And most instruments, I can play most instruments apart from drums, but I'm really uncoordinated. I can't get my feet, I just about drive, so I can't get my feet and hands to work together.
So that's, and then the DJ stuff started before Game of Thrones.
Yes, I've been DJing now for nearly 20 years.
Now, was it the DJing that got you into acting, or was it just completely unrelated?
I mean, if I was going to have something written on my tombstone, I think it was that I wasn't afraid to follow a rabbit down a hole. And I've just had all these opportunities given to me throughout my life, and I've never been scared to sort of think outside the box a little. And I did train as an actor. I went to sort of a dual music and drama school, but I never liked that. It's too much hard work. But I do like it now, I should say. But I really wanted to pursue the music side first, and just literally this opportunity came up via another audition that I didn't get, which was for a Simon Pegg movie, Hot Fuzz. Have you seen Hot Fuzz?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was for the role of Yarp, which Rory McCann actually got, who played the Hound. Which is really weird. So yeah, and that led to that audition, and she called me back for Game of Thrones like 5 years later.
Now, you were on a TV show, correct, before? Was it Swan, or?
Oh God, you've done your research. Yeah, it was a terrible reality TV show in which I went on to in drag. Yeah, and I got my wig cut and my nails done. So that was the standard of TV in the UK. They literally film people getting their hair cut. That's how boring we are.
Well, hey, we have a country with a reality star as president now, so we understand.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about that.
So I guess we got to jump into Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah.
So when you started, had you read the books before?
No, I'd never heard of Game of Thrones, and I'm sort of a sci-fi and fantasy person, but I don't really read that much anymore. And I remember doing the audition, and I came home to my mother, she inhales books. She's like Short Circuit. She reads them like a robot. It's really impressive. So I sort of said, I've just done this really weird audition. I just had to say one word. Find the child to carry, which I did. I had to find the child. A really strange audition. And she was like, what's it for? What's the character? I said Hodor, and her face just lit up, and I was like, yeah. And she said, was it Game of Thrones? And I was like, yeah, it's Game of Thrones. And obviously I wasn't that excited about it because a one-word audition isn't, let's face it, it's weird. And she said, oh my God, Kristian, this is amazing. These books are incredible. It's going to be like Lord of the Rings. It's going to be that big. And yeah, she was very encouraging to do it. And here we are. She was right. Mothers are usually right. I hate to say, but
Well, let me backtrack just a little bit on something you said and some of my research. Fantasy sci-fi nerd.
yeah.
Do you still play World of Warcraft?
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. I have not played Battle for Azeroth yet, which is killing me. I've been on the road constantly for the last month, so yeah, I'm really excited to go home and get to level 120. That's what I'm going to do immediately.
Now, are there any other games, any kind of game, fantasy or otherwise, that you really want to play you haven't played yet?
No.
No, just World of Warcraft.
That's my thing. I mean, it takes up. There's so much to do in it, you know, and it takes up any sort of spare time I have.
Well, yeah, I know. I've been playing Skyrim nonstop. So.
Still?
Yeah. Well, I just got it on Switch, so I had to start everything over again. So.
Really? I didn't get Skyrim. I mean, I thought it was beautiful, and I don't know. It's too open world for me. I like to be sort of more directed in what to do, which in Warcraft is quite linear, while being in an open world. I just think you're sort of more. It's more focused.
Well, now, if Hodor, the character,
Yes.
were going to be in World of Warcraft, what do you think would he be like a mage? Would he be an elf? Like, what is his...
It'd have to be, I guess, like a tank or something, like a meat shield.
So just be the big brawler out there, help it out? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, something like that,
Okay,
yeah,
I like that.
imagine. Not what I would be, but that's probably what Hodor would be.
So why don't we kind of open this up? If people have questions, if you just want to line up in the center
Please do.
in like a row, and we'll start asking some questions. And while everybody's lining up, let's see. One other thing I wanted to bring up. Hope you don't mind me talking about this. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people don't know this, but you are openly gay. That's right. Has that been positive or negative with your life and career and how everything went?
I mean, I don't really care what anyone thinks, so we don't be positive.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That's a perfect.
I mean, I don't mean it in a rude way,
Yeah.
but I mean, I just think that if you have to have your own space and your own energy, and I just don't let other people affect me. So it's always been very positive for me because I've been very confident in who I am. So yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. And then going off that line is, if there's one, I know a lot of people in the nerd culture are non-straight white people.
Yeah.
So if there's one, like maybe word of advice or one sentence or one little takeaway you can say to get to that point where they're positive and they're happy with themselves and they're very comfortable with who they are.
I mean, if you're in a place that's you're not feeling so good about yourself, I mean, everything gets better, and you just have to give it time. And really just accept who you are. I think that's it's not just about the gay thing, it's about being tall, it's about looking slightly different to everybody else. I mean, it's just about owning who you are, and it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. As long as you're true to yourself, that's the most important thing. So.
Perfect. Thank you. Actually, here, we'll do this.
Yeah.
Grab the mic, and then give him your name and give him a question.
Hi, my name's Roy.
Hey.
Nice to meet
How
you.
doing?
Good, thank you. I'm going to ask how you are, but that's not my question. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm a little tired, but very well.
So my question for you is, in the script, does it just say Hodor, or does it actually give you like a line that you then interpreted to Hodor?
Yes, it does say like a specific amount of Hodors. It's not just random. Tourette's. And it does say like the kind of inflection that they want. Although it became less over the seasons because they sort of realised that I was able to pick up on what's happening in the scene and sort of figure it out for myself. But yeah, sometimes it was quite pointed. Yeah.
And in the beginning, did you ever have to ask, what kind of Hodor do you want from me here? No.
That was my job. I think I expected that before. I sort of expected as a new kind of actor to have a lot of guidance, but really you're dropped in the deep end, right into the frying pan. It was scary.
Well, thank you very much, and I think I speak for all of us when I say you killed it.
Well, thank you.
Hello, my name is Gordon. I actually, non-Game of Thrones related question for you.
Okay.
I actually saw your DJ set at San Diego Comic-Con a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed it. Like,
Thank
where
you.
did your love of DJing come from?
Okay. I mean, when I was growing up, I was never out of the clubs. I was a club kid, and I always was the annoying guy who stood and watched the DJ from the side, which really annoys me now. And it makes you paranoid. And I sort of was always staring at the DJ. And I never thought I could do it because really people think DJing is easy, just pressing buttons and stuff, but I mean, you have all these people who have paid into a nightclub or event, and you're the sole focus there, and they're paid all this money, and if you screw up or whatever, their whole night out is on you. It's like a pyramid on top of you. That's how I feel. And I never thought I would have the confidence to do that. And I worked in a nightclub before this happened, and I filled in for a DJ who called in sick, and it just happened. I mean, just like the acting, it just happened. And it felt really good, and I never stopped DJing from then. Literally, yes, 20 years now. So yeah, that's where my grey hair comes from.
Awesome, thank you.
Like during the first season of Game of Thrones as well, I would DJ till maybe 3:30 a.m. I had to be on set at 5. So, yeah.
Whoa.
Thank God I didn't have lines to remember. I've been drunk a few times as well, but anyway, I'll talk about that.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
Hey.
So you play World of Warcraft,
Yes.
Alliance or Horde?
Really? Horde, obviously.
I had to ask.
I've got Sylvanas on my arm, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your character and race?
Guess. So from what I've said, you should be able to guess.
I was gonna say like Tauren.
No.
Shaman. No.
Blood elf, obviously.
Blood elf, really?
Yeah. You know, they're the gay ones.
I was a blood elf hunter, so I get it.
Yeah, and
Alright.
a hunter.
Oh, a hunter as well.
Yeah, because I
Nice.
like to be able to fall asleep on the keyboard.
Yeah, just let my cat do everything. Just go.
Yeah.
All right, that was my question.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Hi.
Hi, my name is Adam.
Hi, Adam.
And, I was just wondering, like, with DJing, who are some of your musical influences, and who are some of the DJs that you enjoy today?
I mean, it's weird. I don't really look up to DJs. I look up to more sort of people in music. Like, I love Kate Bush. I love Bjork. I mean, I'm a heavy metal fan at heart.
Yeah.
Megadeth. Danzig.
Ooh.
Cult.
Nice.
Sisters of Mercy. A bit of a goth sometimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And these are all so old. Trying to think of current people. Justin Bieber. No, my joke.
You recently were on tour of Scissor Sisters, right?
Yeah, I love that. That's like 15 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it wasn't recent.
Yeah, I went on tour with Scissor Sisters. That was fun. Milo as well. I actually toured with Calvin Harris before he became a Vegas boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
No, that's awesome. Thank you
yeah,
very
thank
much.
you. I mean, DJ wise, there's an old. I mean, there's really only one, and that's Danny Tenaglia. He's an old sort of Greek New York DJ, and
Okay.
really underground house music DJ, and he's incredible.
Very nice.
So he came to see a set of mine in Outpost in Brooklyn about a year ago, and my God, I was so nervous. Honestly, I was literally shaking. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really fucked it up.
I-
Sorry, children. I won't swear again.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Hey,
Hi.
so I'm Callie Jules, and I'm a social influencer here in the area. And my
Okay.
fans actually had a couple questions. So these are the questions that the inquiring minds want to know: white chocolate or dark chocolate?
Obviously, milk chocolate.
Okay. Do you
Who eats white chocolate? That's so. Really?
Easter bunnies have to be white chocolate. I'm sorry.
No.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
look at the lint bunny.
The bunny.
The lint
yeah.
bunny is
Yeah.
the one to go
White,
for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a tattoo that you totally regretted getting,
No.
or do you have one that you're so proud of?
All of them?
All of them.
I mean, they don't all mean anything, but you know, what's the point in regretting things? You know, it's on my face forever, and on my butt forever if I had one on my butt. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point in regretting things at all. I was
Yeah.
drunk when I had the one on my face done.
Okay.
I don't drink anymore, by the way.
This is a personal question for me. You kind of answered it already, but 80s metal or 90s metal?
Both as well.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, okay.
that's
I
my,
heard the
that's my
Megadeth,
jam.
and yeah,
I mean,
that's where I'm at.
it's weird, and I meet a lot of people like this. It's like people of a certain age, let's say, like the band say like sort of stops around the Metallica Black Album.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really progressed into the sort of
Yeah.
new metal. I didn't really progress into the new metal stuff. I sort of
And then
stayed.
last question, East Coast or West Coast? Oh, no
I'm a very
answer.
honest person, and I'm going to say West Coast, actually.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I could say Midwest, but
Top of the morning to you.
oh my God.
No, my name's Daniel.
That was kiss my ass in Irish, by the way.
How far in advance did you? Is he on? No.
Yeah, it's on
Okay,
that. It's all right.
I'm just turned up. All right. So how far in advance did you know about the whole
My impending
Hodor?
doom.
The whole, yeah. Was it
well,
the beginning
Wait,
or?
spoilers if anybody hasn't seen it,
Spoilers.
run out right now.
Really, it was about 6 months before we filmed it. That was all. I asked George Martin many times, and what does Hodor mean, and he wouldn't tell me. And David and Dan as well, which is good. I didn't want too much foreshadowing, but I was kind of nosy at the same time. You know? And I'll never forget the day I found out. Like, people joke about this, but we literally, when we get the scripts, everyone scans for their name. And it's like, am I going to survive? Because everyone dies, you know. I knew Finn, who played the Knight of Flowers, a good friend of mine. He had the script a couple of days before me, and I called him and said, "Oh, ha ha ha, so did I survive?" And it was just like stony silence. I was like, okay. So I made him tell me. And then about 4 days later, I got the call of doom, which is David and Dan always call you. And I was like, you're leaving the show. I didn't really care. No, I didn't. No, I did, honestly. It was like, it's like a family working on that show, and everyone works so bloody hard, from like Lena Headey right down to the person who gets the tea. Everyone works their butt off, and it's strange not to be a part of it anymore, but I did feel it was kind of time, and it was a really good way to go, I thought.
I mean, did you bawl your eyes out like I did? I mean, watching it.
I mean, there's a strange degree of separation when you watch your performance on screen. I usually don't watch my performances. I don't really like them, but it's a thing with actors. We're weird. But I did watch that scene a lot, and yeah, the first time it did get me. It did kind of get me because I saw the character rather than myself, you know, which I suppose is a good thing, you know. I was on my 40th birthday as well. Yeah, it's like, here's a cake, now you're dead.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, they're harsh.
That's funny.
Are you
Hello
gonna?
How you doing?
I'm very excited. Are you gonna pursue any other acting roles, or do you think you're gonna focus on DJing more?
I'm just focusing on everything, really. I mean, I've just done an episode of The Rookie with Nathan Fillion.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
Cool.
I've done a horror movie called The Appearance, which is, I've been talking about this for like 500 years, and I don't know when it's coming out. But I think it's in the Utah Film Festival at the moment, so yeah. That's like a witchcrafty sort of movie. And there's, I forget what I do. I do these things and then I forget about them. There's a number of other things I can't remember because...
Wait, there's something else that just came out, right? Robin Hood the Rebellion.
That's not it yet.
That's not out yet.
No,
Okay, that's upcoming. Mythica the Godslayer just came out, right?
I didn't say it. Yeah, don't say that. Like 3 seconds. This makes me laugh because you do these sort of, not lower budget movies, but they're really cool. I love to do them. Maybe I have a friend who's directing it or something, and then you're in it for like 4 seconds, and then they put you on the cover, and they're the main character. I get all these tweets going, "Are you in this?" It's quite weird. But yeah. But there's loads of other stuff coming up, which I can't talk about, unfortunately.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
What was your personal as an actor opinion on the whole brand going back and kind of effing up your whole future, I guess? Were you I know a lot of people that were kind of, that's kind of angry at Bran, or I just
Yeah, that's an interesting phenomenon. And people are actually angry at Isaac. Yeah, he had people cursing them out and stuff in the street, which was interesting. I just loved the storyline, and I couldn't be mad about it at all. I mean, I just thought it was like a perfect circle. And it really answered a lot of questions for me about Hodor's backstory and stuff, and I wouldn't change it at all. I just think that that's part of Bran's progression as well, and I just think he's a really cool character, and I love his powers, and he's really interesting. He was always one of my favourite characters.
Who is your favorite character?
Brienne.
Oh.
Yeah, Brienne Tark. I love her.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah. You can edit the parts out about the Robin Hood the Rebellion. Get your Final Cut Pro out. I don't want that on the internet, I'd be shot.
You never heard me say that.
That's such a big mouth, honestly. I get in trouble all the time. Anyway, hi.
Hi. What do you think about the fan theories surrounding Hodor's ancestors, such as Sir Duncan the Tall, or?
Yeah, there's a number of interesting ones. I always subscribe to the like the lost Clegane brother. I always thought, because it's like Sandor and Gregor. Hodor? And they're all sort of, I know that's a bit of a stretch, but they're all kind of big, and you know that the mountain was always kind of cruel to his brothers. Maybe he dropped them from a great height or something. And that's why I can only say Hodor. I don't know. That was my kind of theory. But there's so many. There's so many theories.
Right.
That was my favourite. But yeah, and Sir Duncan the Tall as well. Yeah, I before I found out who he really was, I just didn't know what I thought. And with Game of Thrones, it's always going to be the least expected route.
And what would Hodor's favorite capo shop be?
I can answer for Kristian if you want as well.
Sure.
Oh, there's so many. I kind of like Hounds of Love, The Ninth Wave, or Lionheart.
That's great.
Lionheart, yeah, it's awesome. That was like the soundtrack of my teenage. So, well, thank you very much. Yeah.
Perfect. So now there's a question I've been kind of dying to ask, and I think I can ask it here. What was it like wearing a prosthetic penis?
I mean, you know, it's life changing. You know, it's a family show. It was uniquely humiliating and funny also at the same time.
Was it like a closed set, or was it just
No. The first time I met the prosthetic penis, it was Richard Madden, who played Robb Stark, had it strapped to him in the car park. And he came running up to me and goes, "This is yours?" Okay. So this was a horrible contraption that they made. It was kind of like a pants. A weird sort of thongy type thing, which had to be CGI'd out. But the horrible thing was it had to be sort of plotted into my own arrangement. So it had to be like the pubes had to be mixed. You know what I mean? And I was finding bits of glue for like 2 weeks afterwards. I could have just showered, like, you know. And it was a horrible day. It was raining as usual in Belfast, and it was not a closed set. There was like 200 people there, including the people who owned the land and everything. Why are you here? Why are you even here? And I had to like hide in a bush like a sex pest. And I emerged, and every time I emerged, the cameras would be rolling, and there were 2 pheasants, and I don't know if you have pheasants here, do you?
Yes.
Okay, the awful creatures, and every time I emerged from the bush, I would startle them or whatever, and they would start to cry, this horrible noise, and so we had to keep resetting, and this went on all day. It was truly awful. It really was, and some poor makeup girl makeup person had to sort of do that to me. And then she had to paint it to match my skin colour and stuff while it was on me. So it was awful, but you know, it was a fun scene, I guess. I didn't have any urge to pursue a career in pornography or anything after that. Like 14-year-old me, if I'd ever imagined that I'd be prancing around with a strapodectomy on me, I think I wouldn't have believed it.
So completely changing gears from that.
Thank you. You asked.
If there was, I had to ask.
Yeah.
I can't not ask about that.
One of the better ones.
So if you could pick any like upcoming film project, anything in the universe, like you want to be Iron Man, you want to be whatever, what would you tomorrow say? I am playing that character because I want to play that character. Like anything in the universe, could be a book, could be a cartoon, anything.
I mean, there is some stuff I really want to get involved with coming up, but I'm not going to talk about it because, you know, it's one of those things. No, it's one of those things that if you say it, it's not going to happen. So, no. But that's maybe things that have already happened.
Yeah.
It's really hard, actually. I mean, I don't necessarily think I would have been better in the part than the person who. I mean, I've always wanted to play Thor, but only because I'm a Thor fan. You know, I think Chris Hemsworth does a really good job, and I don't think it'd be any better than him. But that's a hard question, actually. But
Well, what's one? Let's say if you could be any other character, maybe on Game of Thrones,
yeah,
or
I mean,
yeah.
it'd be a really different version, but
Yeah.
I'd play Arya.
Ooh, I can see that.
I mean, Arya's an amazing character, you know, but I don't think I could ever be a stealthy ninja.
So let's talk a little bit about music too.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned some of your influences. Has anybody come up to you and been like, you have influenced me? Or if that happens, would you be more than excited and willing to?
Yeah, people said to me not quite a lot, but they have said it to me, and it's humbling. I mean, I don't see myself in that light, you know. I just do what I do, and it's nice to hear, obviously. I don't think I'm worthy of it, but it's nice to hear, that's for sure, you know. Yeah, I did the guitar thing recently with Megadeth, which was, I mean, that's another thing. 14-year-old Kristian, if someone had told me I was going to jam with Megadeth backstage at a concert, I would have been like, "Yeah, you're tripping." Yeah. But that was yeah. A lot of people have really connected with the fact that I play guitar now as well, but they didn't really know beforehand. So yeah, I'm going to start introducing that into my live set as well. So
That's great. Now, are you one of the guitar people that collects guitars, or you just no, you just enjoy your guitar, but you're not a guitar nut?
No, not really. I mean, I have one guitar I really love, and maybe two guitars I really love, but yeah, I don't see a reason to have like a rock and roll museum in my house.
Well, is there anything then you collect? Anything that personally, like your Fabergé eggs or something random?
I like money. No, I like sort of weapons and stuff. I mean, I have quite a lot of like Warcraft weapons, and it's just Warcraft. I'm obsessed with Warcraft, seriously. I have like loads of statues and stuff in my house, and my office is covered in like, yeah, it's covered in really geeky shit. It really is.
Well, let's talk about the important Warcraft stuff then. What is one feature in the game that bugs the hell out of you want to change?
The other players. Yeah, the trade chat, oh my god. It's just the worst. I mean, I turn off all the chat because I just instantly need to take a Xanax. Because people are just so rude, and I get so angry. I never respond, but yeah, people are just the worst. They say the worst things about each other and other people. Yeah, I just try to ignore that, but you know.
Has anybody figured
It's
out?
a weird thing though, see when you meet Warcraft players in real life, that's probably that person who was being a douchebag on, but they're really nice in real life, and that's the thing. I thought, was that really you? But yeah, I mean, I love to meet other Warcraft players. I mean, BlizzCon's amazing. So.
Has anybody figured out who you were through the World of Warcraft? Or
I mean,
no?
I was kind of open at first.
Okay.
People knew who my character was. It was posted on a few blogs and stuff, and it was fun. It was fun at first. And then, you know, when you're trying to like kill somebody in a battleground and someone's like, "When's the next season of Game of Thrones coming out?" It's kind of distracting. And it really is downtime for me. It's time from the rest of the world. So I kind of sort of changed my character name and disappeared for a while. Yeah, I felt a bit bad about it because I love to connect with people. I do love to connect with people, and but it was too much.
Now, going off of that, do people ever come up to you and just assume you are like Hodor?
Yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite things. This is one of my favorite things. They always say, "Oh, I can't believe you can actually talk." Okay. But I don't know. maybe the butt end of the fantasy, so who am I to argue?
And then you're going to Belgium, or there's another con coming up, right, after this in Europe somewhere? But
Bulgaria?
Okay, Bulgaria. So
Belgium.
So I'm an American. You gotta give me some.
Oh, come
slack.
on.
At least I know there's European countries. It's
That's true.
not one country, right?
Yeah, this has been a week. This has been a really mad week. I've been in Israel. I've been here. I've been in Germany. I'm so tired. I can't sleep on planes. The whole time I was in Israel, I had 4 hours sleep in 4 days. I was still in LA time. And now I'm back here. I'm kind of in Israeli time now, and I can't sleep now I'm here. So I'm just going to probably fall over at some stage.
That's fine. If you take a nap, I'll just read it. We'll talk about napping.
I don't really sleep that much anyway. So
I imagine for you the worst part about traveling is fitting into airplanes and stuff. But what's your favorite part?
First class. I mean, it's not like a snobby thing. It's just a necessity thing. You know what I mean? It's like there's nothing worse than being clamped into the seat.
Oh yeah, I'm not nearly as tall as you. And I could barely fit the.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Nothing puts me in a bad mood worse than being crammed into an aircraft seat.
Now, what do you enjoy about traveling then? Is there anything that just you love about traveling, or is it just you have to
being
do
where
it?
I am? I like to be there. It's the process of airports and stuff. I mean, I'm the worst airport person. I'm like really sweaty and just angry at the TSA people. You know, and they're like, he's definitely a drug dealer. He's got tattoos and piercings. Obviously, he's a drug dealer. Yeah, I hate the whole airport process. If I could skip airports, I'd be a very happy boy. But unfortunately, I live most of my life in them. But that's okay. I mean, I'm very lucky. I'm super lucky to do what I do. I've got 2 jobs that I really love. You know, I like to act, I like to DJ. Who gets to say that? I mean, I'm really lucky. I get to travel the world. I get to meet cool people like you guys. And like, what's not to like?
Can't complain with that. Are there any more questions from the audience?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. Just line up. Get a line. Get a line. We'll ask some questions. I don't want to leave this whole thing and just ask about prosthetic penises and DJing.
Nice t-shirt, by the way.
Name and question.
My name is Ramsey. Good to meet you. No spoilers,
Ramsey?
obviously. Yes, really is
Wow.
Ramsey.
My condolences.
Did you know anything about season 8? You're not going to tell us, but do you know anything? And if you don't, would you like season 8 to end? Or have you thought about that?
That's a minefield because I may or may not know. What comes out of my mouth may be a reflection of what really or may really not happen. So I'm trying to say everything without saying anything here.
No comment.
Yeah, so that's a dangerous one.
Anything about season 8 then?
All I can say is it's going to be the best one yet.
Okay.
Like,
Hodor on the
probably by a mile. It's going to be the best one yet. They've worked so hard on this, and you're going to love it. That's all. It's really worth the wait. I know you guys have been waiting forever, and I feel really bad about that for you guys, but
yes,
it's really worth it.
Thank you.
David, so what's your favorite science fiction story that you read as a kid, Dave?
I mean, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I really love those books, and I love the movies also. What else? I'm into superhero movies. I really like the Marvel and DC universe. I've always been into that. I mean, I read the Thor comics and stuff when I was a child. I know it's not really science fiction, but and no, I'm definitely more of a Trekkie than I am a Star Wars fan. I'm just not digging the new stuff at all. Is that weird? I don't know. That just feels strange to me. Has anyone seen the Solo movie?
Yeah.
It's trash. Yeah, it's really, really awful. You know. Having said that, I'm available for a sequel.
Hi, I'm Aisha.
Hi.
Hi. Aside from your character, Hodor,
Yeah.
who is your favorite Game of Thrones character?
I mean,
Deceased or alive?
deceased or alive?
Yeah.
I mean, alive is definitely Brienne. Brienne of Tarth is one of my favorite characters.
I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. I also really liked Catelyn Stark.
Oh.
I think she's awesome. And Michelle Ferry, who played her. I mean, that red wedding scene, I think she should have had an Emmy for that. But that was just heart-wrenching. So yeah, I definitely love Calvin Stark as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. So what do you like to do when you're in the LA area? Like, have you had In-N-Out yet?
Oh, usually my first stop. Yeah. I mean, I have literally met other Game of Thrones actors in there randomly. Because we all kind of, the first thing you do when you touch down is go to In-N-Out for all of us. It's awesome. What else is good? I mean, the food is so good. Where else do I like to go? Panda Express. It's so bad, but it's so good. That's what describes American food in general, I feel. So bad, but it's so good. Yeah, there's so many places. You guys have got a lot of good stuff here. You really do. You're very lucky.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
You mentioned you went to BlizzCon?
Yes.
Did you have to disguise yourself?
No, there's plenty of back ways. People are cool there. I mean, I did a panel with other voice actors. I've done a few voices in the game. Most people don't know that. I've done a few character voices in Warcraft as well, and I did a panel there. That was a lot of fun. And then I did the DJ set, so I kind of kept myself in those sort of areas. But yeah, it was kind of scary walking through the lobby because there's a lot of people there, and I'm kind of hard to miss.
Well, what other
everyone's
cons?
cool there. I don't care. You know, what I mean, everyone's awesome. So.
Okay. And what other cons do you go to?
I mean, I used to go to cons before this all happened. I was a con goer, and I used to spend all my money at them and stuff. And I've been to a lot of cons, man. I've been to a lot of cons. I go to San Diego every year now. I've been to Denver, Seattle. Oh my God, I've been everywhere. I've been literally everywhere, and a lot of countries. I've been to places like Indonesia. I've been in Malaysia. I've been in Australia. I've been in New Zealand, South Africa, all over the world. And it's a really good way to travel and meet people too. So.
And I have a different question.
Yeah.
When you did your final scene on Game of Thrones, scene ends, what happened with the crew? How did they react?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. There were so many endings. That scene took 3 weeks to film almost, and about 4 different locations. Believe it or not, there was inside locations, outside locations. There was about 7 different doors. Stunt doors. Wow. Because it kept getting destroyed. And I've read a really funny thing recently. It was in some shithouse paper in Canada. They said that Game of Thrones actors, wait to check this out, are no longer allowed to take props. We never were allowed to take props, ever, because Kristian Nairn took a door. I just walked out, apparently I set with a door on my back. Like, what? And then what is, I didn't know what, I didn't even react. And like, what do you say to that? I mean, I took a piece of a door which came off in my hand, like a tiny bit of balsa wood, which I have, which I can say this is part of the door, you know what I mean, that's it. But a door, like, in my house, I obviously needed a door for my house, so I just took it, you know. It didn't pay me well enough, so I had to like steal pieces of furniture to sit on. You know, that's what comes out now. That's took a dining table, you know, a set of knives and forks.
You heard it first. He stole an entire house worth of furniture.
Yeah, from a.k.a. Westeros a.k.a. Yeah, we can't take things from set. You know, I like that sword. I'll just take it. You know, that's the way it works, apparently.
So you have one
souvenir. What was the question again? I can't remember what you asked.
Well, how did the other?
Oh yeah, when it finished. Yeah, I mean, they gave Isaac have a megaphone. It's like where you rapped, and they gave him. Isaac was allowed to rap me, and he sort of gave a little speech and stuff, and it was very sad and emotional. And it was sad. It was a bit of a tearjerker. So.
No party, no cake, no.
Yeah, there was a cake actually. There was, I think there was like a fondant Hodor on a throne.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And you got away with one souvenir.
Yeah, well, one souvenir?
Little piece of the.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's this size. I don't even have my prosthetic to use as a draft excluder. I don't want to do that, actually.
Well, I guess I have to ask, if you could take any, if they said, hey, wrapping's done, you can take any prop you want, you can hang it up in your kitchen, hang it up in the living room, use it, what would it be?
Scanning the whole world of Westeros in my head here. One of the dragons.
Now, did they actually have like a fake dragon at all? No.
Yeah, well, I mean, they built one actually for one of the premieres in New York once. They built a huge model of it. It was really cool. What would it take?
Is there like a favorite sword, drinking cup?
I'd probably take the throne. I mean, the real version is so. I mean, you see like there's different versions of cons, but the real one is real swords. It's really awesome.
Wow. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I think
the only thing is, though, when I sit on it, it looks really small. It looks like a child's potty.
Well, you can use it as like a footstool across from a bigger throne.
Yeah, that works for me.
So what else? So you got a few projects coming out. Is there anything you can actually talk about that you want to talk about, acting-wise, or is it just?
No, not really.
No? Okay. What about DJ? Do you have any music
yeah,
coming out?
I do actually. You know, I keep saying I've announced so many times on social media that I'm about to release something, and I am. But I'm a real perfectionist, and I just can't let things go unless I'm 100% happy with it. And I keep thinking I'm about to let this out, and then I think, no, I want to do that too first. I'm sure you guys know what it's like. I'm sure there's artists and stuff out there, and you realize it's really hard to let your work go out there sometimes. And I'm really close. I'm really close. I'm super excited about it. I really am. I'm about to go to India actually and play with Above and Beyond, which is a trance act, and I've loved them for years, and that's a really big thing for me. I've never DJed in India before. India's like a really huge emerging dance music market, and yeah, I'm super excited about that.
Now, is the next book or your music coming out first?
I don't think anybody. I don't think George knows that at this stage. But yeah, it's been a long time, right?
Yeah,
it's been a long time. I'm sure it's going to be good when it comes out. I'm sure it will, but I think it'll be very different to the show now at this stage, I would imagine.
Is there any place you've been now, traveling or filmed at, that you would, if tomorrow you decided to move, that you go, I'm moving there?
Yeah, actually, I have a real fondness for Utah, which is
yes.
Beautiful.
I love Utah. It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've got lots of friends around the Provo sort of area, and I'm thinking of a bad house there actually. So yeah, I love it there. The green card first though, so it's not bad.
So now, are you still living in Ireland, or have
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Yeah, I live just outside Belfast.
Okay, so is that tougher when it comes to getting like acting gigs, music gigs, if you're living there, or does it not matter now because you've been Hodor, people know who you are?
I mean, not really. I mean, I get more work outside the UK than I do anywhere else, because Game of Thrones is so international. It's literally everywhere. That's one of the things that makes me. I can go to like anywhere in the world, and there's people waiting at the airport, and it blows my mind. It really blows my mind. Like the most remote cities, places I've never even heard of sometimes, and the people are always there, and it's super nice.
Have you had any just insane or just amazingly cool fan interaction? Like a good story about the craziest or most awesome fan moment?
I mean, I think it's all awesome. That's a cop-out. But it is all awesome. But the only weird thing I think ever really happened was that where I live isn't like, it's not in the public. You can't see it from the road. You can't see it anything like that. And I'm really bad at keeping my plants alive. I don't water my plants. They always die. I'm a terrible gardener. And someone sent me a message once saying, you need to water your plant. And I closed in the window. So someone was obviously staring into my house. That was quite strange. But yeah, I've got a big dog now.
Now, obviously, doing this, you've probably met a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you've totally just like fangirled over, like, oh my god, I absolutely love you?
All the time. It happens to me all the time. I've got terrible stories with this, actually. I'm really inappropriate. There was this was, I think, season 3 premiere in New York. And I'd never met Charles Dance because we never had acted together. And I was a big fan of his, and I was kind of like fangirling a bit over him. and we're talking. He's really nice. Charles is an awesome guy. He's a really cool guy to meet. And I sort of noticed this sort of presence on his right hand side, and I sort of looked down, and it was Sally Field. And I'm a huge Sally Field fan, and like I was in mid conversation to Charles. I was like, and from that moment on, I didn't even see him. And he was like standing there going, this guy was talking to me, and I made a real asshole out of myself with Sally Field. I kept welcoming her. I was like, "Are you having a good night, Sally?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay." And then my brain would reset and say like, "So are you like enjoying yourself?" And she was like, "Yeah." And after the 7th time, she looked a bit scared. And I decided to walk off and leave it at that. When I met Megadeth, I couldn't speak. That was scary. I didn't know how to react to that. Normally I'm okay. It's usually people that I've admired from when I was a kid. That really gets me. But meeting sort of peers and stuff, that's pretty easy. But when it's something you've admired for a long time, you still have a little inner child in yourself, and that really comes out. Why not? You know, I mean, it's fun.
Now, I have tattoos, you have tattoos.
Yes.
What's your next tattoo? Do you have anything planned?
Oh yeah, I've got those planned. I have like a stag from my back, and it's a stag and 2 ravens, and all this sort of pentagrams and filigree and stuff. It's really, really nice. And I'm also getting a stag on my hand. Yeah.
Do you have like one artist you always go to, or is it just wherever you are and you try different artists?
Yeah, my first tattoo was in Australia, and that was that one. This is a great guy just outside Philadelphia called Chris Thayer. He's a really good artist. I'm going to go to Dr. Wu next time I'm in LA. He's a book like 6 years in advance, you know. But it gives you time to really work on your tattoo,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I mean, I've loads of ideas for tattoos, so I've given up trying not to get them anymore. But, you know, after Game of Thrones happened, I thought, you know, maybe I should get rid of this. But it doesn't take long to cover and make up, so.
Did you tell Amelia that you thought Solo was rubbish?
No. I mean, I thought she was awesome in it. That's how you butter it up. You go, that was a terrible movie, but you were really good.
Did you tell her that? Was it
No,
terrible?
I mean, we're not on the phone constantly. I mean, I don't really know Amelia.
Oh.
I mean, I know her to say hi to, but I mean, we never really had you tend to bond with the people that you've acted with, you know, and although Natalie Emanuel's, I know her quite well, but yeah, I mean, Amelia's a lovely person. But yeah, I'm not going to tell her the movie sucked.
She knows, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
And if you know stuff about season 8, right? Is there like who's keeping you updated on it? Like what's going on? I know that was a backdoor question.
That's a front door question, and I'm an expert on doors.
Then are you still in touch with people that are involved in the current script?
Of course.
And they would share with you because
I
you're
didn't say
friends? Is there any way I can ask this that's going to get an answer?
Nope. I have a wall of no's.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not worth it for me or anyone else involved. Or you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I don't want to know. I want to know, like, I want to know that you guys all talk afterwards.
We do talk afterwards.
Keep
of
each
course
other
we do.
updated.
Well,
And,
no, not really that. I might ask some nosy questions, but
Oh, okay.
that's about it. I mean, it's more that I would pry rather than be told.
Were you on set when the Queen of England came?
No, I was not. I was in some far-flung.
They said that
place in the
she
world.
didn't sit in the Iron Throne, and I never believed it. Like,
I thought she would have, but I don't think she did.
because she's not allowed to, right? But I would totally sneak in.
I would say she's allowed to. I
Like,
think
they're
the
not
Queen of
allowed-
England is allowed to do pretty
No,
much.
they're not allowed to. She's not allowed to sit in any throne by some kind
Really?
of But I never believed that was accurate.
I don't know if that's true, but I
read
mean, it's not really real throne. You know, it's not real. You know, it's not real.
Is it real that you walked around set like with the prosthetic? I read that you were.
No.
I
I walked around as little as possible with that on.
So you've read the article where
Which one? Oh, Ben,
yeah,
please.
so there's an article where it's like, oh yeah, he like pranced around the set with his
Pranced.
prosthetic. Strolled around set?
I'm not a prancer. You know,
Did you stroll around set with your prosthetic?
I may have ambled, maybe shuffled. No, I did not. I did my set, and I had my robe on, and that was it.
Aw.
Yeah.
That ruins the image.
Why would I do that? An image? Try to keep that image
Because
out of your head.
not the image, but it was just the article, right? And you never know what to
Yeah,
believe.
but I know. I mean, the stuff I've read over the years is just crazy, like the door thing. And another good one was like someone asked me, "What do you think of the celebrity cameos in the show?" And I'm like, the Ed Sheeran one was a bit weird, you know, because Ed Sheeran's so famous, and like, and the next thing in the paper is like, Kristian Nairn hates Ed Sheeran, all his music, wants to pee on his cat. Like, I really hate him apparently, and it's just because I kind of said, no, the celebrity appearance is a bit weird, and that turned into that. And another one was someone said, who's your favourite character? And I said, like, Brienne. I said, do you not like Jon Snow? I said, no, he's not one of my favourite characters. I'm not turned into Kristian Nairn hates Kit Harington. Yeah. I had to text Kit and go like, have you read this? I said, yeah, it's on the Daily Mail, don't worry.
So do you keep up with all that then?
No, I try to ignore it actually. But sometimes when it's all over the place, it's kind of hard to ignore. Like that door story was like some bum shithole. I think it was, I'm not going to say the name of the city, but it was somewhere in Canada, we'll say that.
I have a question. I know you say you can't answer anything about this season, but I know they're talking about developing a new one. Have they thought of maybe bringing you on? You shave your beard a little bit, you can look different. You can
I know I could look different. I could do a mohawk or something as well, you know.
So have they maybe
you never
asked
know. I don't think so. I think it's going to be set like, I believe it's going to be set in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know. I might do a reprisal, like do a Dallas or something.
Would you do it?
Like, of course I would do it. Yeah, I mean, like, what a thing to be involved in again. But I'm sure it'll be amazing. It's all the same people going to make it. But then they don't have George R. R. Martin's story behind it. I don't know, but like Brian Cogman, who writes, he's the chief writer on Game of Thrones. He's such a talented guy. So yeah, I think he can do a really good story. I'm excited to see what happens there for the spin-off. Has the spin-off actually been confirmed? 'Cause I don't even.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
It has been confirmed.
It's official.
Yeah, excellent. That's cool.
Oh wait,
I'll keep half Belfast in jobs for the next
Yes.
3 years.
I have another very important question.
Oh good God.
Did you see the Warcraft movie?
Oh
no.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I'm gonna say, what would you maybe have done differently? Because I don't think a lot of people necessarily loved the movie.
I have so many opinions in this. They're not all negative. I mean, I think parts of it were good at the beginning and the end. I loved the orcs. I think the orcs were really well done. I don't know who cast the humans. The humans were more animated or less animated than the actual animated characters. No disrespect to anybody, of course. But the thing is about Warcraft is this game has been around for like even before World of Warcraft. The Warcraft game has been around for so many years, and people really love those characters. And there's so many amazing storylines. Where do you start? You have to appeal to people who have never seen it before, and you also have to appeal to people who are super hardcore into it. And that is a really difficult job, really, really difficult. And I know Duncan did. I think he did a fairly good job, but he had a poison chalice. There was no way he could make that work. I don't think. But I just think the best thing for Blizzard to do is do a movie like their cinematics. They do these incredible cinematics for each game. They spend so long doing these beautiful animations. I think we should do a movie like that. And because they know their characters better than anybody. So I think they should do one. But I know for a fact those cinematics take so long to make.
Now, if that happens, are you going to jump in the motion capture suit?
I would love
the balls
to.
all over.
Oh, I have my character picked out and everything, my fantasy brain. Yeah, I want to play Tyrion Fordring. Ooh. No one knows who it is.
I know who it is.
You know who it is, yeah, but it's like everybody else is like, wow.
The two Warcraft people are excited. All right, more Game of Thrones stuff. Okay. So if Game of Thrones was in the Warcraft universe.
You blow my mind, man. Yes.
I guess. Oh.
But yeah,
I was just trying to throw out more Warcraft stuff because I know you're a Warcraft fan. I'm trying to nerd out. Well, here's a good question.
Yeah.
if Hodor were in the Marvel universe, who would he befriend? Like, who would be friends of Hodor?
You know what I'm going to say?
The Hulk.
Groot.
Seriously? That's true?
I've had all those memes. Surely you've seen those memes. You know?
Are there any more questions? Because
yeah. Anybody else?
I'll just keep asking questions. So, Ninja Turtles. Which Ninja Turtle would
None
you?
of them.
None? Okay.
Not a Turtles fan.
Okay, what cartoon was your cartoon as a kid?
Probably, I mean, I'm probably older than most of you guys. Probably He-Man, She-Ra, that sort of thing. That's my sort of era of cartoons. Thundercats.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if we're casting like the He-Man movie or doing the voice acting tomorrow, what character would you be?
Skeletor.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can see that.
Irish Skeletor.
I was gonna say maybe like a trap jaw. I could see you in the makeup and like a big.
I'd do anything, man. I'd play Battlecat if I had to. Yeah, anyone but Orko.
Oh, I can see Orko. I can see you doing
No, anyone but him.
No, anybody but? What?
Yeah,
What's wrong with
terrible
Orko?
character.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But you gotta have the little comedy character.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Now the Masters of the Universe movie, was that better or worse than the Warcraft movie in your opinion? The original one with, you know.
Yeah, but I mean that movie was in a certain time. It was in the 80s or 90s or something. I mean that you can watch it now and sort of with a sense of nostalgia, and even though it's awful, it's kind of good in a sort of 90s sort of way. I really want a new one. I really would love a new one. People have been talking about this movie for years, and I think it's time to make it. Make a new He-Man movie, please.
I could see it. I mean, now we have the ability with all the makeup and special effects. I think it'd be good.
Yeah.
That could be fun. I know there are some celebrities out there that are kind of annoyed whenever fans shout out like, "Hey, John McClane" to Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is like, "Nah, I don't like that." I mean, do you get annoyed when people shout Hodor to you and
I don't really do it.
hold the elevator door into that?
Mean, we're in sort of a capsule environment here, so it definitely happens at conventions. But it doesn't really happen that often in real life. Sometimes it does happen, but I mean, how can I be annoyed? I got to play this amazing character, and you know, sometimes I might be in a bit of a shitty mood, you know, but I'm only human. But most of the time, I'll be just like, cool. You know what I mean? I'm so grateful to have played this part. I loved Hodor. I mean, I absolutely loved playing the part of Hodor. And how can I be mad? You know, but I mean, I've done that as well. I've before this all happened, I might have seen a theatre or an actor outside a theatre, and I've automatically called them their character name.
Yeah.
You just see them. You know, but just don't be an issue about it. That's what I think. It's just be grateful to your fans as best you can be.
Oh yeah, thank you.
My kid would kill me if I didn't ask you
Yeah.
this. Do you play Pokemon Go?
I do actually. Yeah.
Team?
The red one.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's the right decision.
It's the right decision. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, we have to wrap up. But now I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Who's your starter Pokemon?
Yes. Squirtle. Say it.
Squirtle. Don't you say that? I mean, it has to be Pikachu.
Oh.
Okay, Pikachu.
I know it's the popular one, but I just love him. He's cute.
He's lovable.
Yeah.
So we got to wrap up here. But where can everybody find you today?
Oh,
Anywhere,
today,
in
yeah.
general, in the universe.
I'm always around. I'm like a cold, hard to get rid of. Yeah, I'm always in LA. I'll be doing shows here very soon, and at conventions and hopefully on the TV very shortly.
You got your booth today, the Celebrity Row, kind of in the back,
Yeah,
so
I'll
people
be
can
over
meet
there.
you, meet and greets and stuff.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to wrap? Oh, actually, I do want to ask you, where can people find your music?
It's super easy. It's just my name. There's no other Kristian Nairns, I believe, on the internet and that spelling. So it's KristianNairn.com, Kristian Nairn SoundCloud, Kristian Nairn Mixcloud, iTunes, everything. It's just all me. So there's no imposters. It's all me. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.